Okay, I'm going to take a couple of international questions and interject them into this discussion of the situation here in the U.S. Lynn, this is a question from Jose Villar, who is an economist for more than 29 years, who is writing to you from Spain. He says, Mr. LaRouche, I'd like to say that I'm absolutely in agreement with your analysis, and I understand that not only in the United States, but in all the other countries of Europe, we absolutely must adopt national emergency solutions. Given that the dollar currently has no support with relation to gold or GNP, and that they've eliminated the M3 index, which identifies the quantity of money in circulation, I wonder if it's possible for a nation to issue money through a national bank without interest. I believe that this would prove a true revolution for humanity. Money would only be moved within the productive economy, and thus the speculative economy itself would be eliminated at its source. Is it feasible to do this, to issue money without interest? Wouldn't this, after all, be the best solution to force us to turn the economy back toward production and away from the speculative impetus that's brought us to this state of systemic and nearly apocalyptic collapse?
Well, in general, the policy should be for recovery policy. If you recognize the level of productivity in economies today, to have a prime interest rate in excess of 1 to 2% as a general national credit standard for banking is excessive. Anything in excess of that. We can't carry it. You have to realize, as I put the curve here, over the recent years, especially the past 10 years, that the productivity of Europe and the United States has been collapsing per capita per square kilometer at an accelerating rate, while money has been uttered at increasing net interest rates, in effect, for things which have no value whatsoever except resale on speculation of one thing or another. The case of Bloomberg. When Bloomberg walks away with $11 billion from his thievery, you have to say there's something wrong with that society. It's not just with Bloomberg. It's something wrong with the society that lets a thing like that develop. It's like it's like a cancerous tissue developing. You have to say there's something wrong here. You have to remove that cancerous tissue, and that's the problem here. So therefore, I think a low interest rate and a control of the banks, which is to a control of credit at low prices, which do not affect and do not diminish that. And it has to be a fixed exchange rate system, because if you have a floating exchange rate system, as now, you have people finding that they were paying one rate of effective interest on something, and because of a currency depreciation or appreciation, they are now paying a different rate of interest borrowing costs than they did earlier. And you have whole sections of the world economy which are put out of business for this reason. So therefore, the regulation, federal regulation with international treaty cooperation on agreements which regulate this are necessary. If we have that kind of regulation in an international banking system, then a low interest rate, basic rate, on a statewide, that is nationwide level, can be sustained and will have exactly the kind of effect that you propose for a interest-free lending policy, because the net effect will be the benefits will far outweigh the costs of that approach.